welcome to episode 13 of the Woolverine Podcast. My name is Laura and I am the host of this knitting podcast, and I'm back. I was away for 2 weeks. I was busy walking last weekend from Bray to Greystones, which is in Wicklow in Ireland, and I just didn't get a chance to record. I was quite busy throughout the week, so sorry I was away, but I'm happy to be back. So I suppose I'll let you know where you can find me on all social media. So you can find me on Instagram as @WoollyWolverine. You can find me on Ravelry as Wolverine, and you can find the group for the podcast on Ravelry as well, as @WoollyWolverine Podcast, I believe. And you can find the show notes for this podcast at woolywolverine.wordpress.com. I'll have all that linked below. Some of it might be wrong. Can't remember if I said it all correctly, but yeah, today is Sunday the 30th of April. It's nearly May. You wouldn't know it. Here it's quite gloomy and rainy and not very nice, but what can you do? I wanted to say shout out to Sue from the Two Tangled Skeins podcast. She very kindly mentioned me in their last episode, and I seen on Instagram that she was actually involved in a car crash yesterday. So I hope you're doing well too. Sending you lots of love and hope you're feeling better soon. Hope your cat Neo is taking care of you. My cat is also called Neo, but I hope yours is taking good care of you and you'll feel really better soon. And thanks so much again for giving me a shout out in your last episode. It was really kind. So I suppose we will get on to the knitting. So I have one finished object this week. Whoop, whoop. It is the socks that I was knitting for Dave. My April socks. Well, they're not my April socks, they're Dave's April socks. I have no April socks for myself, but here they are. They are out of Sour Ball in the Choco Creme colourway. There's plain vanilla socks, fish lips kiss heel, and yeah, they're nice. They feel quite soft. I have to weave in the ends, but yeah, I think he'll be happy enough with them. Keeps tootsies warm. Here they are in all their glory. I need to get sock blockers because they don't look very pretty or appealing like this, but here they are. Socceroonies. Uno. Dos. Yeah. They're nice and squishy. Love the smell. I washed them in grapefruit eucalyptus, and they smell delightful. So they're my socks. Well, they're Dave's socks, and I finished them, I think it was on Friday, and I entered them into Grocery Girls Sock Bash, and that was it really. This Sock Bash Knit Along, which they host every month, and they have a different kind of theme or prompt kind of for your socks. So I have been taking part in that most months. I've managed to get someone a pair of socks knitted, be it myself or someone else. Next month I'm knitting up this is my next pair of socks. It's Zigzag King Cole. It's kind of blue and red. And this might be for my sister, for Jess, who was on the podcast last episode. Maybe she likes them. It could do for a man, but I think they'd be fine. I might do contrast heels, toes and cuffs. I might do red. But yeah, I'm going to cake this up after I record and cast them on. We'll get them ready to cast on tomorrow for May Day socks. So they are next up. I will show you now some of the works in progress that I have. So I only have 2 works in progress at the moment. I cast on another hat. I am mad for the hats lately. I only finished a hat there, I think it was last time I recorded I finished a hat. So I cast one on pretty quick after that. So this one is the Hermione cable and eyelet hat, and it is very aptly named as there are both eyelets and cables involved. So here it is. This is how much I have done so far. I think I'm almost through one repeat of the pattern, and for an adult size it kind of says 3, but I'll see how I'm doing after 2. I don't want it too slouchy. This yarn is very pretty. See if you can see there. It's showing quite more grey than it is. There's it's kind of a bluey grey, and there are flecks of purple going on in there. Here is the cake of yarn. So this is Malabrigo Rios in the Winter Lake colorway, and it is delightful. I really like this yarn. It's my first time working with Rios, and it's really plump and really squishy. I love it. Squish, squish, squish. So this pattern is a free pattern on Ravelry, and I really like it. It's based on a hat that Hermione wears, I think, in one of the films. I think it's the Deathly Hallows, potentially. So I'm knitting this on 3.75mm Knit Pro Zings, magic looping, and yeah, this was my bus knitting this week. Yeah, it's a nice pattern, and it's nice. Gonna be a nice squishy warm hat. Nice cables there, very simple cable, and just eyelets here as well. So very appropriately named, super duper appropriately named hat. But I'm enjoying hats at the moment, and I seem to be kind of flying through them. So that's the Hatteroonies. So next up I cast on a Weasley Sweater. It seems to be Harry Potter themed WIPS, magical WIPS and where to find them. So I've cast on a Weasley Sweater, which is a pattern by Alison Hansel. It's a free one on, you can find it on Ravelry, but I think it's actually, it links to a website, Canadian Living I believe is where you actually get the pattern. And my yarn is just, my neck stitches here are coming loose on their waist yarn, sorry. So here's the back. I'm knitting it for a toddler. So I've got the back. I cast this on last night, and it's a super quick stockinette, round and round and round. So I got the back done. And here is my little progress keeper by Sugar Tots. It's a little narwhal, so cute. So this is the back. I'm doing a nice teal colour. There, if you can see that the light isn't great. Looks more navy, but it's more of a bluey kind of green. And I've started the front. This is knit in sections and then pieced together. And I'm going to do the lettering. So the Weasley Sweater is basically the sweater that Molly Weasley knits for all the kids, and it's basically just a plain kind of sweater with an initial on it. So I'm doing the body in the teal and the lettering in this kind of golden browny kind of colour, orangey. So they go quite well, I think. And I should, it seems I'm flying through it, so I should hopefully be finished that in no time. It's a gift for someone. I don't think they watch the podcast, but they might, so I don't want to say too much. Shh. So yeah, I have to draw up the chart for the letter. It is, the pattern online is for H for Harry, but I need to do a different letter, so I have to draw that up and work out the placement, so I can do the intarsia on the front. And I think I'm just about ready to start the intarsia now. This is bottom up sweater. I added ribbing. The pattern didn't have ribbing. It's more of a rolled kind of cuff at the bottom, but I prefer a little bit more ribbing. I don't like when the stockinette is rolling. So I just edited the pattern a little bit and just added 1x1 rib around the edge. And yeah, that's pretty much all they're knit. It's knit on 5mm. Yeah, 5mm needles. I'm doing it on my Knit Pro Zings, and it is zinging along indeed. Zooming. I should have a good amount of this done today, I'd say. I'm going to draw up the chart after I record, and get knitting with the chart. So I think that's all knitting content. I've taken up a new kind of crafty hobby. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you will have seen I posted a picture about my English paper piecing. So I recently purchased a bundle of fat quarters, and in this kind of colour palette I will show you here. Ta-da! So there's this kind of green and blue polka dots, this kind of purple leaf, little purple daisies, and these birdies. The birdies are a bit big, the pictures are a bit big for the paper piecing. I'm doing hexies, little hexie flowers at the moment just to practice, and these are a bit big. I might be able to use some other faces kind of maybe, but I'm not too sure. I might not be able to use that. So I have been chopping up bits of card into little hexagons and attempting to do it. So this is my current attempt at the moment. I have plenty more hexagons cut out. I went ahead and just kind of cut out about 30. So I'm ready to baste them and then hand stitch them once I cut the fabric, which I will be also doing today. I've got a full jam-packed crafty day ahead. So here is my current progress. It's neat enough. I was basting through you can kind of see the basting stitches there, these little men here. I was basting through the card. In future I'm going to just probably try and baste the corners in the back to hold the paper in, rather than going actually through the card and through the fabric. But I'm going to try, I'll try that this afternoon, see how it works out. But it's tidy enough. The joins are tidy enough. You can if you go really, really close up, you can see the stitches between the whip stitch between the petals. But I'm happy enough. I'm going to make a flower, just continue this green all the way around, and then continue with my other fabrics and make other flowers and then join them together. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm having a bit of fun just playing around with it, and it's making a nice flowery patchwork piece of fabric. So that's my English paper piecing. I'm really enjoying it, and I will show you it next week when I've made some more progress. So I think that's all kind of the crafty chat for this week. It's been quite quiet on the crafting front, as I have been quite busy with work. I recently got a new job in my company where I work, and I started this week, so it was quite busy with that. So I didn't have much time to craft or knit or do as much as I'd like, but I did get a bit done. I finished my socks, which was the main thing. That was the plan, that I wanted to get them done before the end of the month. So I was happy to do that, and then I cast on a few projects towards the end of this week, just to get some more things going on the needles. I'll probably cast on another few projects during the week as well, because I like having a bit of variety as to what I'm working on. I know some people kind of rather just have one project and finish it, where I kind of like having different things to kind of jump to. Having like a pair of socks and a hat and a little jumper. I really like, I'm enjoying knitting the kids' clothes at the moment. So I have a few more projects like that I want to do. I have a few more little kitties that need clothing, so I'll be busy doing that. And then as well as that, any of the scraps that I have, I'm going to start really focusing on the big knit, the little hats for the innocent smoothies, which I talked about, I think it was 2 episodes back. But I'll put the details in the show notes again, but definitely go check that out. Or there's a discussion thread over in Ravelry, which I've posted with some of the information on it as well, if you want to go over there and have a look at what I will be up to for that. So that's kind of where the knitting is been and what's been happening. I suppose moving on to other kind of chattery stuff. I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 yesterday. I really loved the first one, so I was very excited to see the second, and I really enjoyed it. It was as funny as the first one, and I think it was as good. I don't think it was better, but I don't think it lost anything, which sometimes with sequels it's kind of a bit strained. My favourite character of all time is Baby Groot, because he is the cutest thing in the world. He's so tiny and cute. I just want to squeeze him. He's so cute. He's a little tiny tree. For anyone who hasn't seen it, he's a small little tree who can't talk. All he says is "I am Groot," and it's just adorable. But if you like kind of Marvel films and superhero films, I definitely recommend it. It's really enjoyable. It's quite long, but I really enjoyed it. I went to see that yesterday. As I mentioned that I'd got a new job, Dave took me out for dinner to celebrate on Friday. We went for Thai food in one of our favourite restaurants, Siam Thai, and we really like Thai food. So we got a nice curry, and that was really nice on Friday evening after work. It was a good chance to spend some time together. Other than that, we've just been kind of in work and busy. Last weekend we went for that walk, which I believe I mentioned at the start of the episode. We walked from Bray to Greystones and then Greystones back, which it's about 6 kilometres each way, so it was about 13 kilometres. But it's a nice kind of coastal cliff walk along the sea, and it's really nice, and I will insert some pictures of that here. That is the rugged terrain of Ireland. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it was quite an overcast day, but it didn't rain, so we were lucky. We made it over and back without getting rained on, which is quite a miracle in this beautiful country that I live in. So we're going to go for another walk tomorrow. We haven't planned where we're going, but weather permitting, we will go for a stroll somewhere again. It's nice to get back out. Over the winter we kind of haven't been able to get out and about, so now that the weather's starting to clear up, it's not great today, we have been able to get out of the house and go for a couple of walks and hikes and stuff, which has been nice. Go for a bit of an adventure. So that'll be my plan for tomorrow. It's bank holiday here, so we don't have to work on Monday. Yay, 4-day week. So yeah, that's about it, I think. Again, I wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who's watching and subscribing, and commenting and liking the videos. If you could continue doing that, that would be amazing. Great to hear from all of you. And yeah, that's it. If you want to pop on over to Ravelry, say hello. I really appreciate getting to know you guys. It's fantastic. And I will see you all next week. Bye.